I'm going with Terence Crawford. Big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. It ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I'm
Many boxing professionals are convinced that Terence Crawford would defeat Canelo Alvarez, and they haven't held back in expressing their opinions. From his speed to his adaptability to his mental toughness, Crawford is being hailed as the man with all the tools to dethrone the Mexican superstar. Whether it's breaking down Canelo's rhythm or capitalizing on late-round fatigue, the consensus among these boxing experts is clear: they believe Crawford would win.
The only thing I see that I favor Canelo is that his weight, and that he's more bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. But as far as skill set wise, IQ, I feel like Crawford can match anybody and probably do.
Sean Porter, former welterweight champion and one of the most respected voices in the boxing world, was especially vocal in backing Crawford. Porter didn't just offer praise; he dissected exactly how the fight would unfold. He called Crawford a master strategist, someone who doesn't just fight but systematically breaks down his opponents round by round. Crawford doesn't just win, Porter said confidently, he dissects you. Porter was quick to point out that Canelo's signature style of pushing forward and trying to control the pace would play directly into Crawford's hands. Crawford thrives when someone comes at him, he's a counterpunching genius, Porter explained. He highlighted Crawford's ability to switch to southpaw, a move that could completely throw off Canelo's rhythm. Canelo lives on rhythm, Porter said. If you break that rhythm, Canelo is in deep trouble. Others, however, argue that the weight difference is significant. That's 2 more weight classes, they say. Once Crawford gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
He gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo, he's going to slow down.
Another point Porter emphasized was Canelo's tendency to slow down in the later rounds. If Crawford survives the early storm, he'll come alive in the championship rounds, Porter predicted. He painted a scenario where Crawford's patience and precision would force Canelo into making mistakes. Once that happens, Porter believes Crawford will go in for the kill. Crawford knows exactly when to turn it up, Porter added. If Canelo shows any sign of slowing down, Crawford will smell blood, he said, his tone unwavering.
It would be embarrassing for me to even ask for a fight with Terence Crawford, with David Benavidez. Come on, it's embarrassing, It's like me trying to go to fight Usyk. Come on, bro,
Porter also addressed Crawford's power, a topic of much debate. Although Crawford is a welterweight, Porter stated that his power will translate well to a higher weight class. Crawford's not just a small welterweight, Porter insisted. His punches are sharp, precise, and they hurt. Canelo won't be able to walk through them. He praised Crawford's pinpoint accuracy, something that has left many of Crawford's past opponents stunned and beaten. Porter capped it off by praising Crawford's mental toughness. Canelo's been through wars, but Crawford's a different breed mentally. He's got the sharpest mind in the game, Porter concluded.
Just got done. I woke up 3 a.m. I don't know, someone told me to study Canelo. Study Crawford. Crawford about to beat Canelo Alvarez. I'm letting y'all know right now, he about to beat the brakes off of Canelo Alvarez. Yes.
Shakur Stevenson, one of the brightest young stars in boxing, didn't hold back either. In fact, Stevenson's endorsement of Crawford was downright bold. He claimed that not only would Crawford beat Canelo, but he'd do it with ease. Crawford makes Canelo look ordinary, Stevenson declared. He based his argument on Canelo's past struggles against fighters with speed and movement, 2 areas where Crawford excels. Stevenson pointed to Canelo's fights with Erislandy Lara and Dmitry Bivol as prime examples. Canelo doesn't like guys who move, he wants you to stand in front of him so he can load up his shots, Stevenson explained. He said Crawford's footwork would make it impossible for Canelo to get into his usual rhythm. Crawford's movement will frustrate Canelo from the very first round, Stevenson stated confidently.
See, Turkey's been making a lot of great stab, and you can't really hate on it. But I'm excited for that. I know Canelo is so big, so strong, and I think he'll be just too big. I mean, weight classes matter for a reason.
6. Stevenson didn't stop there. He praised Crawford's ability to use feints, small, subtle movements that force opponents to make mistakes. Crawford will make Canelo lunge at air, Stevenson said with a grin. And when Canelo misses, Crawford will punish him every time. Another key point Stevenson made was about control. Canelo loves to dictate the fight, he's used to being in control, but Crawford's not going to let that happen, Stevenson predicted. He believed that Crawford's ability to take control early would completely throw off Canelo's game plan. Crawford's the master of controlling the tempo. Canelo won't have any say in how the fight goes, Stevenson added.
Canelo is way bigger. This fight's at 54. He's got 2 weight classes to broach in order to get to 168 to fight Canelo. But as you said,
finally, Stevenson praised Crawford's ability to close the distance. Crawford knows how to apply pressure at just the right moments. If Canelo gets too comfortable, Crawford will be right there, Stevenson said. His confidence in Crawford was unshakable. Timothy Bradley, another former champion and now one of the most outspoken boxing analysts, took things a step further. Bradley didn't just compare Crawford to Floyd Mayweather. He said Crawford could take the same game plan Mayweather used to beat Canelo in 2013 and make it even better.
Terence Crawford calling out Canelo. You know, I don't like that fight.
What?
Mayweather beat Canelo with accuracy and defense, Bradley began. But Mayweather didn't take risks, he was happy to just outpoint Canelo. Crawford, on the other hand, is known for being aggressive when he sees an opening. Crawford's not looking to just win rounds, he's looking to hurt you, Bradley said. Bradley highlighted Crawford's killer instinct as the defining difference. If Crawford senses a weakness, it's over. He's got that dog in him, Bradley added. He also praised Crawford's ability to switch between orthodox and southpaw, calling it a nightmare for Canelo. Canelo is used to fighting one style. Crawford will keep changing it up every round, and Canelo won't be able to keep up, Bradley explained.
Talk all the crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won. He went up and lost. You know, so let's not do that.
Bradley then turned to Canelo's gas tank, something that has come under scrutiny in recent years. Canelo's stamina has been questionable in his last few fights. He fades late, and Crawford knows it, Bradley warned. He predicted that Crawford would ramp up his output in the later rounds, leaving Canelo struggling to match the pace. If it goes to the 12th round, Crawford will still be fresh. Canelo won't, Bradley stated bluntly. Bradley didn't hold back on his criticism of Canelo's recent performances either. Canelo's been coasting, he's not the same hungry fighter he used to be. Crawford's still fighting like he's got something to prove, Bradley said. He made it clear that hunger and motivation would play a big role in the outcome.
Canelo, based on last fight, is a 50-50. So Canelo fights an undisputed champ, up-and-coming former champion, and an up-and-coming undefeated contender. And somehow those 3 last opponents are somehow compared to Bud's Madrimov fight, making it.
To top it all off, Bradley emphasized Crawford's mental strength. Crawford beats you before the fight even starts. He's got the sharpest mind in boxing. Canelo won't be able to handle that pressure, Bradley said. His words left little room for doubt. Bradley sees Crawford as the superior fighter. These pros are all in on Terence Crawford. They see his speed, adaptability, power, and mental toughness as the perfect weapons to dethrone Canelo Alvarez. Whether it's disrupting Canelo's rhythm, exploiting his late-round fatigue, or controlling the pace from the start, they believe Crawford has every advantage. With so much confidence from boxing insiders, the buzz surrounding this potential fight continues to grow.
I can't go down anymore. But you know, like he say, you know, when they ask him for the Germonta fight, they don't wanna get credit for that fight. It's the same for me. I don't need to take that fight because everybody's gonna say it's too small, it's too small, it's too small, and then.
Teddy Atlas, known for his passionate and sharp boxing commentary, made it clear his siding with Terence Crawford. For Atlas, the key factor isn't just skill but how Crawford thinks in the ring. Crawford doesn't just fight, he dissects, Atlas declared. He described Crawford as a boxing genius with the ability to neutralize Canelo Alvarez's strengths. Atlas pointed out Crawford's remarkable ring IQ. But Crawford doesn't just react to what you do, he predicts it, Atlas said. He believes Crawford's knack for making mid-fight adjustments could neutralize Canelo's deadly counterpunching ability. Canelo, a master at punishing mistakes, thrives when opponents fall into his rhythm. But Atlas emphasized that Crawford rarely makes mistakes. If Bud sees something isn't working, he switches it up. You can't pin him down, Atlas added.
Fight with you and Terence Crawford, it would be one of the biggest in boxing.
We don't talking about yet about the fight. Me and Turkanash know each other, and then we went.
Atlas also focused on body shots, an area often considered Canelo's domain. Canelo breaks guys down with brutal bodywork, but Crawford will flip that script, Atlas said. He suggested Crawford would attack Canelo's body early, a strategy that could slow down Canelo's powerful advances in the later rounds. If Crawford starts ripping those body shots early, Canelo is going to have a problem in the championship rounds, Atlas warned. Perhaps most importantly, Atlas highlighted Crawford's footwork as the potential game-changer. Crawford knows how to stay just outside of danger. He'll make Canelo lunge and miss, he said. Atlas believes this will frustrate Canelo and take him out of his comfort zone. Canelo's dangerous when he's in control. Take that control away, and you beat him.
Projected odds that came out. One of the odds projectors say Canelo is opening up as the favorite, -130. Crawford is +100. That's damn near 50.
Atlas concluded with a bold prediction: if Bud frustrates Canelo early, he'll win decisively. Canelo's not used to chasing ghosts, and Crawford will be the ghost he can't catch, he said confidently. Jaron "Boots" Ennis, a rising star in the welterweight division, took a more measured approach. For Ennis, Crawford versus Canelo is as close to a 50-50 fight as it gets. Both of these guys are at the top of their game, it's about who can impose their will, Ennis said. He acknowledged Canelo's power and experience at higher weight classes. Canelo's been in there with bigger, stronger guys, and has knocked most of them out, Ennis said. He pointed to Canelo's devastating body shots and ability to finish fights as a huge threat. However, Ennis also recognized Crawford's explosiveness as an equalizer. Bud doesn't need many shots to turn a fight around, he said.
It can be Canelo, no problem. I mean, I respect that. I just think they're stupid. I mean, excuse my language. The size difference of a bigger man